Okay, so sorry for the break in the two videos, but my dogs were wrestling and barking, so I had to pause and relocate. So anyway, we just made our heading and we just made our body copy text box. So if I use my type tool, I can go back and edit those. I just have to click on the different layers to be able to edit what's on each layer. So now I'm going to go back to my move tool, and what I'm going to do over here in my layers panel is put these together in a group. Okay, so if I click one of my layers and then I hold down shift and click the other layer, it's going to have both of them selected. If I hit Command G, that will put them together in a group. Okay, if shortcuts aren't really your forte, you can hit create a new group down here. Okay, but notice as I expand and collapse my group that these are not within my group. Okay, so in order to actually put them in my group, again, I'll need to hold down, or I'll need to select one of them, hold down shift, select the other one, and then drag it up into that group. So now I can see that my heading and my body copy are both in my group. Okay, so if I've got group 1, what I want to do is we're going to do 4 principles of art on this one page, and so I need to duplicate it 3 more times. So just like in Illustrator, if you're on the move tool or the select tool, if you hold down option and you start dragging your group, it'll make a copy. And remember, I need to hold down shift so that it stays in line, perfectly in line. Okay, so now I've got one copy. I'm just going to repeat that process twice. Option, click, hold down shift, let off my keypad or my trackpad, let off my keys. And one more time, option, drag, hold down shift, let off my trackpad, let off my keys. Okay, so I know that these are all perfectly in line vertically, but I want them to all be spaced out evenly on my page. Okay, so if I drag my bottom group where I want it to be, and I make sure that my top group is where I want it to be, now I can get ready to distribute all of these. So again, if I click one group, hold down shift and click the last group, you'll notice that up here it pulls up my alignment tools. Okay, so I can align them to the page. I can also distribute them. That's what these tools on the right are. Okay, so I want to distribute vertically. So if I click this, now I know that this space in between each group is exactly the same. Okay, and now I'm going to rename them according to the different principles of art. Okay, so I'm going to start with balance. So if I just double click the group name, I can edit it. So balance. The second one is going to be contrast. Shoot, what order did I go in earlier? So sorry, so sorry. Balance, contrast, emphasis, movement, rhythm. Okay, I'm sorry. Balance, contrast. The third one is going to be emphasis. And the last one is going to be movement / rhythm. Oops, forgot my H. Okay. So one really cool thing that I can do once I've grouped stuff is, let's say, okay, this one up here, is this, what heading does this need to be? Okay, I need to be able to tell what group it is in over here in my layers. So if I'm on my select tool, notice up here I've got auto select unchecked, and I've got that I want to select a layer. And so basically, if I hold down Command and I select that heading, it's going to automatically go to that layer in my layers panel. Okay, so Command, and I click that heading, and then I can go to my type tool, T for type, and change that. This heading is in my balance folder, so I know that I need to name it balance. Okay, I'll do that again for this one. What group is this heading in? If I hold down Command and click it, I see it's in my contrast group. So I can use my text tool, double click it, change the word to contrast. Okay, go back to my select tool, looking for this one, hold down Command, click that heading. It's in the emphasis group, so I know that it needs to be titled emphasis. Go back to my type tool, double click, type emphasis. Back to my move tool, last one, hold down Command, click my heading, go over to my type tool, double click it, and this one needs to be movement / rhythm. Okay, when you've got 50 layers over here, it's going to be really frustrating to try to sort through everything and figure out which layer you're trying to edit. So if you can just learn to Command click it, and then it'll automatically take you to that layer in your layer panel, it's going to save you a lot of time. Okay, it'll make you a much more efficient designer. So go ahead and Command S to save. Don't forget to save your files and back up your files, okay? Once I've saved this file on my desktop, okay, I need to back it up. So I either need to put it on a jump drive or I need to put it into a Google folder. But just having them on your desktop, you really run the risk of your computer crashing and then losing your files because they can't always recover them. So don't forget to back up your files. I think that's all we covered today in our Photoshop workshop. So I will post the next video tomorrow as we move on.